Hello, my name is Tariq Juman, and I'm part of the chat system team of BreazeHome 5.0. A part of Unread Mentor's project is Masoud Sadjadi. So my user story is number 2750, just the unread message notifications. As a user, I'd like to see how many unread messages have arrived, so that I'll be aware of new messages and read and respond to them. And the acceptance criteria should be that the user should be able to see the number of unread messages on the chat room, and the user should be able to see the message notifications update once the user opens that chat room, and that the system responders should be able to display the number of unread messages on the chat button and on the chat room when the chat is minimized. So I'm going to show the virtual box. As you can see, this is this user in the middle is John Smith, and these two individual users are going to go talk to John Smith here. As I said in the other user story video of the chat conversations list, the live feed is only going to happen on a one-to-one, meaning this middle is John Smith and this is Mitch Jones. So these two will only get to see the live feed of each other, but not if this other user is talking to John Smith. John Smith won't be able to get the live feed from him since he's in a communication only with Mitch Jones here. So this is going to be like in the wish list, as only like as of now, like a refresh is gonna refresh the response to the Phoenix server. So now this user is gonna type in test1 to John Smith. This user is gonna type in test2. So right now there is no the button yet, but if I refresh the page, it's going to show two unread messages. So it's going to take a while to load. It's connecting to the socket and to the lobby channel of the unread messages. So it's going to load, and here it is. Two unread messages here. So I click on this. This is the lobby where I can see from the previous. So this is test 1 and test 2 here. So these are the unread messages from this lobby, and here I can go to the recent conversations and see it has unread messages from both of them right here. Test 1 from Mitch Alex on the left side, and on the right side is Larry Hendrick. So if I click on one of them, Mitch Alex, it has filtered out Mitch Alex here. So this is his. I'm currently in the chat conversation with Mitch Alex right now. So if I type in a message, testing. So right now I'm in communication with Mitch Alex here, and he's talking to here. So I type in here, hi there. So now this is a communication between both of them. As I can show you what I mean here, test 2. I won't be able to get a live feed from John Smith yet, since it's only in a one-to-one here for now. That's how the Phoenix was implemented. And if I scroll down, you can see the messages update here in the live feed. Another message, so it's updating from here. So then there's 4, and updates here also. So let's say I go to this other user, which is Larry Hendrick right here. So he sent 2 messages here, which I haven't read them yet. So those are the test 2 messages here. You can see here I already read them here, so it's now 0. So now if I refresh the page once again here, you can see I've read them all here. And if I click somewhere on to start the chat again, you can see here 0 unread messages. And here I have received a message from John Smith. So here I have already read them, so I wouldn't here. Well, this is from another user here. This should be 0 now. So you can see it's updated here. 0 messages. So see 0 from all the unread here. And this one should be zeros. Yeah. Same here. All the messages have been read. So I'm going to show the HTML code here. So the code for the chat button icon for all the rooms here, it's given from this FA comments section here of this main code here. The root of all unread messages is coming from the agent search. So this is the all unread messages, which we're getting all the messages from the Phoenix of the database of the database, and here I'm getting from the tool ID matching to my user ID, and where the messages is delivered to false. And this is the database here. Oh, it's not here. So once those are set to true and this is for false, this is going to iterate the number of messages of counting to 1 here. So this is for all the rooms, gonna iterate here. And for the separate rooms is for this code of the all unread one here, which is showing from here. Those next to each room, 0, those icons right there. So those is almost the same, except we're going by room now. So it's gonna match, and then we're gonna iterate the count by 1. So those two are the main functions of the unread filters. And as for reading the message, it's going to be in the chat box here, chatbox.js. And this is where it's going to have the toggle here. So once I toggle the box, it's going to push the read message. And this ID is meaning the last seen ID. So it's going to go to the most recent ID, and it's gonna read all those messages from 4th to the oldest. And this is once a message is created, and I've been to this channel here, like so in the communication, and if a message was created and I was in that channel, I'll have pushed the read message also there. And this is happening in the Phoenix channel.ex at the read message. That's where it's gonna handle in the read message. And this is the SQL to filter out to each room and to the IDs. And this ID is by message ID to read all the messages. So now I'm going to show the test, the unit test. I'm going to log out. Let me refresh to make sure there's no unread messages. Log out, refresh. So here, is the test here. Unread test. So one user is gonna go to log in. They're gonna click on the agent they want to talk to, open the chat box, and they're gonna input 2 text messages. And the other user is gonna check if they have 2 unread messages received. And once you're gonna click on it to make sure there's 2 unread messages here, which is the first check test, and then they're gonna open the chat box and read it, and afterwards I'm gonna click on agent to make sure the chat button pops up 0 unread messages, which is after the read. So there's gonna be 2 tests. So I'm gonna Python here. Gonna log in, gonna find agents to chat with. It's gonna see here, it's sending two messages. This is a test and another test. So those two are being sent. So another browser is going to open. It's going to log in with the credentials, and then it's going to show a chat box button which has two unread messages. So it's going to pop up here. So those two are received and they're checked already, and this has two unread messages here, so that's a good check. And here you can see 0 unread messages. That was another check here. So that means the test has been successful. And that is it for my user stories. So as I said, like we won't have enough time to do the live feed of the topics to be all broadcasted into that one user so that it can be received. So that will be like a wish list to have a broadcast system to receive notifications from the other topics. So if you have any questions regarding this video, please contact me, which my name is Tariq, or my other team members. And for questions regarding the BreazeHome project, please contact Sadjadi using this email. And thank you for your time.